Matt, what's it look like? How do you stitch all that together and make sure it's secure?
Yeah, I mean, I think the future for government services is that they are going to look more like what our major SaaS platforms today look like: ServiceNows, Prisma Clouds, the Office 365s. And I think the reason that those SaaS platforms have been so successful is that they've efficiently met the need of the user, and they allow them to do it in a way that's secure. So if you look at what the large SaaS providers today give you, that's really going to be a picture of what we see the movement to cloud to look like specifically for government services. And I think, as Paul mentioned, this entire process it's not really just about deploying cool tech, but it's actually modernizing the organizational practices and structures. That's why when I hear about what is being done in DISA with combining different functions, that is really what this whole move is about. It's not just Kubernetes and Docker and all these fun pieces of tech. Certainly they are enablers, but I think it's actually the organizational change component. And I think as you go down that route, we have to remember that there will be an increased reliance on third-party supply chains. That's just a natural part of this kind of ecosystem. And one interesting anecdote I'll bring up is our threat researchers, they did a hands-on red team exercise about 2-3 months ago on behalf of a large SaaS provider. And it only took them 3 days to discover a critical software development flaw that could have exposed the customer to an attack very similar to that of SolarWinds and Kaseya. So I think we've got to keep those types of risks in mind as well as we go through this. But certainly there are opportunities to utilize cloud native architectures, but at the same time, keeping those risks in mind to make sure that you have the visibility around that entire cloud native supply chain.
No